I've never seen violence that's non-contact unless it's psychological.
Yep.
Now we know that you can be physically attacked by somebody with or without their permission, but you can only be psychologically attacked with your permission.
Yeah.
But you can't teach somebody to be non-violent or to protect yourself against violence with non-violence. I just don't like the chances. Now, it's the old saying: if they can talk, then they can be persuaded to walk. So in social aggression, where there's still a conversation going on in some way, whether it be posturing, using non-verbals, using language patterns, there's still a form of communication in that, and yes, you can use then non-violence by using de-escalation skills, using language patterns, using posturing in your body language to maybe de-escalate that to a point where you get to walk away. That's great. But social aggression can sometimes turn and switch to your asocial violence. So we see that in domestic violence, where first it starts off as social aggression, and at some point, for some reason, it turns into asocial violence, where then a murder is committed. And at that point is where violence is the only way to protect yourself against it.
Violence let loose then ends up in a place where you will need to counter it with violence.
And with more violence.
That if we look at the Bondi stabbings again, we get people that say, but now I don't want to go to the mall. Or the example you used the other day, where you said, now I don't want to go to jog. I don't want to go jogging on that route because there's somebody in the bushes there.
Yeah. So in other words, they're taking their freedom. They all want to be free, and we always see this, especially within, say, women's violence. And we've had a number of killings here in Australia over years where some woman's wandered out of a nightclub at 12 o'clock at night and walked through a park, and then she's murdered and raped. And everybody goes, that's terrible, it shouldn't happen. Yeah, it shouldn't happen. Yeah, we should be able to walk around free and... Yeah, great. I don't walk through the park at midnight. And I'm trained. So there's a little bit of an accountability in it. It's not victim shaming.
Yeah.
They love to jump on that victim shaming stuff. It's not victim shaming. It's you've got to take accountability for your actions. Being drunk, walking through a park in the middle of the night is not smart. Now we all know we want to be able to do that, and we should be allowed to, and we should have that freedom to do it. The reality is that we can't. Not if you want to survive.
Isn't it just risk management?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because I know if I know what the risk is in me, one person walking through the park against a possible 6 attackers, that's bad.
Yeah, yeah. If you put it down into stats, that's If you're a gambling person, you're a bad gambler.
Yes. Yeah, the risk is just so high for me.
Yeah.
So then I would rather not. So I think just instead of people jumping on the victim shaming thing, I think it's risk management, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how then do I lower my risk?
By training, by educating yourself. Behind us here we've got the whole row of great authors who have written books on the subject. Read them. Go to seminars, study. Go to a martial arts or self-defense class. The basics, probably over 90%, in fact probably the percentage is probably more, of criminals in prisons, none of them have had any martial arts training.
Yeah.
They are just very good at violence.
Yeah.
Better than us at violence.
That's the key. That's the issue.
So they're mentally, they already got that intent in there. We're still playing with, and I always liken it to the fact that you have the mistake, and the mistake is you walked into the park at night. You didn't look at your risk management, and you wandered through there, and you've had a few beers under your belt, so you're not that fast as much as you think you might be tough and strong. At that point you're not, and you wander through the park. Now there's the mistake. Now you want to get to the result, which is get home,
Hmm.
safe and sound. In between that is apathy and denial. It's the bridge.